Satara is a large and very busy rest camp with many traditional thatch huts and a few family units, mostly arranged in neat concentric circles. A variety of accommodation is available, from luxury guest houses to family cottages to 3 and 2 bed bungalows. Accommodation books up quickly, however, and it is advisable to reserve your accommodation at least 11 months in advance to avoid disappointment. The campsites are also very popular, especially during the July school holidays. During our stay, we stayed in a comfortable 3-bed unit with a bathroom and shower ensuite. The rondavels were generously sized with a neat personal lapa, patio with reed fencing for privacy, and a braai barbecue area. The new sliding doors also add a touch of sophistication. We prepared and ate dinner after unpacking when we arrived and were delighted to witness the resident African wildcat slink by in the shadows. How exciting! The kitchen is on the patio and consists of a sink, cupboards and drawers with crockery and cutlery, and pots and pans, a 2-plate hob, microwave, a couple of shelves, and a fridge freezer. The fridge is behind a security door, and a small area is above where you can store your groceries away from the hands of baboons. I also recommend shoring up the door with a couple of chairs when you go out, because the baboons are capable of opening the security gate. I thought it would be okay to leave the spices on the shelf. After retiring to bed, we heard a loud ruckus coming from outside. A creature had jumped into the sink and was exploring our outdoor kitchen area. Much to our astonishment, we saw a huge honey badger standing on the stove. He was standing on his hind paws and had knocked the spices off the shelf. Who knew honey badgers had a penchant for curry powder and pepper? Self-catering is not the only option available at this camp, by the way. The camp has a restaurant, coffee shop with delectable cakes, and pizza takeout. We were up early the following morning despite the night's excitement and ready to find everything that Satara is famous for, its big cats, lions, leopards, and cheetahs. A YouTuber had provided the tip that cheetahs can be spotted regularly on the S36. This is the one animal that has eluded us in recent visits, so we were keen to spot one. It is estimated that there are a mere 120 of the felines in the krugerpark, and the big cats are classified as vulnerable. Unfortunately, cheetahs have suffered immensely due to habitat loss. They also have a high infant mortality rate and a lot of unwelcome competition on the savanna. A cheetah is no match for a leopard, lion, or hyena. They are indeed vulnerable in many ways. Their one strength is their speed. They have a slender build, non-retractable claws, and a long tail, which makes them extremely swift runners. I kept my eyes peeled and carefully surveyed every anthill where they might still be resting, as they are crepuscular. The morning sun made it difficult to spot, but after a few short kilometers on the S36, my efforts were rewarded by the sight of 2 fine cheetahs resting in the morning sun on an anthill, just as you would expect to see them in the savanna. What a wonderful morning! We stopped at a very well cared for picnic spot for tea and told the gentleman in charge we would return the following day to cook breakfast. After returning to Satara and having lunch, we headed out for an afternoon drive, heading north on the H1-4. What did we see? A pride of lions. And less than a kilometer away, a leopard sleeping in full view on the branch of a tree. Yes, Satara is indeed big cat country without a doubt. The following morning we enjoyed watching the sunrise over the savannah and transform the landscape into something magical. By chance we encountered a group of 4 lions right by the road in a sighting that felt almost supernatural. Among the 4 was an exceptionally rare white lion we later discovered goes by the name of Casper, a lovely creature with leucism or the chinchilla mutation, meaning that he has white fur and bluish eyes. The coloring is caused by a recessive gene, and this young fella has sired 2 white lion offspring. Incredible! To look into the eyes of a lion and examine its face is to see the creature's whole life in plain view before you. The animals' lives are mapped out in each nuance, the expression of their eyes, each scar, even their eyebrows. When you look at a lion's face, you immediately see his joys and the high points of his life. You also see each painful scar left by rivals. The depths of his eyes show his birth, ancestors, and even his eventual mortality, most likely at the hands of a rival. To stare at a lion's face truly is a moving and spiritual experience. We also spotted varied game like elephants, zebra, giraffe, wildebeest, kudu, and savanna birds, impala, hyenas, and even side-striped jackals. We headed out on a sunset drive later that afternoon as we happily piled into a large open-air game drive vehicle with a canvas roof on top in case of rain. Our ranger Paul told us he was more than qualified to lead us into the bushveld as the sun set and home again under the light of the full moon. We took a rather bumpy off-road drive and headed to Nsamani Dam. He proceeded to give the distress call of an antelope. We were rather skeptical of his peculiar methods, but soon discovered there was indeed a method to his madness. A leopard appeared in the shadows. We all sat still and waited patiently with bated breath as the leopard walked out into full view and proceeded to drink the water of Nsamani Dam. A truly awe-inspiring moment, no doubt everyone present would treasure forever. Just when you thought things couldn't get any better, he located the 4 lion boys we had seen that morning, and we heard one roar. We learned their names were Casper, Zazu, Du, and Dudu. Paul believes that this strongly bonded unit of lions will be the heads of the dominant pride close to Satara. We had not a shadow of doubt in our minds as we listened to the lion's roar that chilled the very marrow in our bones with its power and might. We returned back to our bungalow and enjoyed listening to the peaceful sounds of nightjars calling. A word of caution, remember your flashlight when walking about at night due to snakes and scorpions. What an amazing adventure we had experienced in the beautiful bushveld, and who knew how we could possibly top our experiences with more.